Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. So this movie starts off doing things a little bit differently than the last movie did. Instead of the big comic book start on, hey, I'm Spider-Man and I'm super awesome, look at all the endorsements and money I get from doing this, we start off with a more down-to-earth, sad type beginning with Gwen Stacy. She's still reminiscing over the Spider-Verse and the one friend, Miles Morales, that she was able to make after a bit of an accident with her first best friend, Peter Parker. She's still juggling the fact that she was the cause of his death while her father, the police captain, hunts her down. And the rest of the intro sequence is the fallout of that and how she became part of the elite squad under Emo Spider's control. You see, Emo Spider is in charge of an elite team of spider people. Spider beings? And their entire job is to keep the Spider-Verse safe from stuff like...
Should be simple enough.
Give me your money. Spider-Man.
I am the Spot.
Meanwhile, Miles Morales is doing things more classic. He has the basic Spider-Man issue of how do you juggle being a superhero with all the real-life responsibilities you have? You know, because stopping every 5 minutes to beat up a bad guy or stop a store robber, it tends to add up after a while. Especially when you're carrying pizzas. And with this, it causes tension with his own parents. And as always, well, it's not easy being Spider-Man. In fact, just this week, he met a new supervillain, Spot. A seemingly innocuous villain that doesn't exactly know what he's doing yet. You see, when Kingpin's collider exploded, well, he kind of got caught up in that explosion. And like any good comic book character, he came out with amazing superpowers. He gained the power to cross the multiverse, much to the annoyance of Emo Spider and his crew. Now, this movie does a lot of things great. The character moments, the explanation of the Spider-Verse. But because they're cramming so much into this movie and the bloated cast of characters, you may have your three main ones, being Gwen Stacy, Miles Morales, and Emo Spider, but you still have Peter B. Parker in a supporting role, along with 4 other Spider people that are added to the group, along with the various other cameos, winks and nods, and joke Spider-Men that we learn about throughout this movie. Every single storyline in this movie is great and you want to follow along with everything. There is just a lot going on in this movie. And even though they do a great job interconnecting all of the storylines in this movie, it still clocks in at 2.5 hours. And it definitely feels like they could cut back on some of the characters, some of the repetitive character moments that we find in the movie. Because once you get to the, 2-hour mark, you really start to feel that last half an hour. And then you have the ending. There are going to be those that don't care about this ending. There are going to be those that really, really, really hate this ending. I lean more towards the hate this ending. Is it a bad ending? No, not at all. But even with the ending and the few issues with this movie, I still enjoyed the heck out of it. And based on the theater I was in, a lot of other people are going to as well.